Hi everyone, I hope you guys are all well. Welcome to another video update about the Bitcoin price action, where I'll take you through how I've been navigating the volatility and we can have a look at what the outlook is like for your portfolios. Let's get straight into it. Okay, let's start with the bottom line. The bottom line is that in the short to medium term, the Bitcoin price is not looking too bad. In the longer term, I still remain cautious, and by longer term, I mean just a few months. Very long term, of course, I'm extremely bullish on the price of Bitcoin, but have a look at this monthly chart here. Even though we have my EMAs pointing upwards, my short EMA is above the long EMA, the RSI is still well above 60, etc., etc., I've still got my super trend indicators showing that things are not looking that great. And another time when we had this particular scenario was during, for example, the 2017-2018 crash, where short EMA was above the long EMA, RSI levels were fairly healthy, etc. But we had this rebound, which was just followed by a further downside. So until my longer term monthly super trend indicators turn green, I'm going to remain cautious. However, in the short term, things are not looking too bad. Now let's go there. Okay, let's work our way down to shorter time frames. Let's go into this weekly chart. Now on this weekly chart, my first super trend indicator has started turning green. This week is not over. For our location, at 2 o'clock on Monday morning, this weekly candle will close and we'll have a more affirmative position on where we stand. The RSI levels are healthy. My directional movement indicators are doing the right things. And my short-term EMA has just crossed over the longer-term EMA, which is also very good. So on a weekly basis, I am now officially more than 50% confident that the downtrend is broken and we are on our way up. How far up? That's another story, but we'll get to that. Okay, now let's move on to the daily chart. The daily chart is looking really good. The RSI levels are very healthy, and you can see the EMAs, exponential moving averages, are all pointing up. We've got green super trends, and we are reaching that 200-day simple moving average that most traders around the world are watching. And we have sort of gotten there, and today we had a bit of a rejection. I am mindful of this moving average, but I do not respect it as much as the other traders do. And out of interest, I was very sure that this low on the 21st of July was the low because of the way in which the RSI broke through this particular trend resistance here. It went up with significant force, came back, and it retested previous levels of support, and it bounced up from there. So on a daily basis too, there's still a lot of room for upside. Okay, now let's get to the 8-hour chart. And this is where things start to look almost creepy. Some of you will know that I have been monitoring the price channels within which the Bitcoin price oscillates, and it's just been uncanny the extent to which these channels have been respected. In particular, have a look at the yellow line. So this particular yellow line here is one that I drew only a few days ago, and it's amazing how the price beautifully bounced off it all the way back to this particular price channel and then to bust right through. Also interesting how this particular line of support became line of resistance, and it's been resistance there, there, and there. Let me just zoom in there for you guys. Just gonna have a look. And then lastly, if you look at the Fibonacci extension levels, I project at least a temporary high around this $45,000 mark, which strangely enough is the same level, or rather very close to the same level as the 200-day moving average that the other traders are following. So what is the bottom line to all of this? The bottom line is that on a short-term basis, things look good for Bitcoin. Even up until a weekly basis, things look good. We just need the price to not pull back severely enough for us to have an extended downtrend based on what I showed you with the monthly chart. And then lastly, I want to show you some other interesting information. Just bear with me, I need to pull up another chart for you. Okay, what we have here is a chart of the Bitcoin reserves sitting across exchanges around the world. Now, the bottom line is that when the Bitcoin reserves drop, we have a supply problem and the price subsequently tends to increase. So over the last few days, I've been monitoring this fairly significant drop in the overall exchange reserves. And what has happened is that we've had a price increase. So I expect this price increase to continue for a while unless something completely surprising happens. But this also bodes well for the upward trend of the Bitcoin price. Okay, finally, and this is probably the bit that will be most interesting for those of you who have portfolios with us. This is the Kraken exchange charting tool, and it's unfortunately not as sophisticated as TradingView. So I do my analysis on TradingView, and then I execute my trade orders on Luno and Kraken. As you guys can see here, the red dots represents where I've taken profit, and the green dots represent where I have gone long or I have bought Bitcoin. So up until now, I have been taking profits at the levels that I viewed were levels of resistance. That was a brilliant take profit level, so was that. But up until now, I also wasn't as sure that the price is going to continue upwards. I am now more convinced that at least on a daily and weekly basis, there's some upside here for the price. So I'm not going to take that many profit trades for at least a little while. I will be sure to keep you guys updated with regards to how I navigate those. And so bottom line, yeah, let's wait for Bitcoin to actually flip to a positive trend on the monthly as well, and we'll be A for away. But in the meantime, the portfolios are not looking too bad, thank goodness. Guys, I hope you all have a good weekend. I will be in touch soon. All the best. Bye.